Coming up next, I'm giving y'all this prison story about an inmate who forced another inmate's face into scalding hot water, resulting in a 6th-degree burn. Stay tuned to the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show.
Prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another.
Dip his face in the water. Dip his face in the water. He's gonna learn what happens when he messes with Philly the cheesesteak. Ah! 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 You had enough yet? Ah! What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So let's get into it. Now, today we're going to talk about, well, 2 things. First, we're going to talk about prison gangs and why you shouldn't join one. And secondly, we're going to talk about a specific inmate, which I'll get to in a few moments. Now, people, I told y'all before, listen up, YNs, I'm about to drop a jewel. When you join a prison gang, just know that more than likely that gang is not certified on the streets, meaning that gang holds no weight when you come home on the streets. So you come home claiming some prison gang shit that you done learned in the Bing, and everybody out in the real world, they don't respect it. They're like, yo, nah, bro, nah, you got it all twisted. Nah, your rules, nah, bro, nah. You about to catch a DP for real. Listen, when you in prison, you're going to be around a select few gangsters. So you're going to have a handful of real Crips, a handful of real Bloods, a handful of real GDs, etc., etc. Now, what normally happens is like anything else in nature. Things get watered down, people. It's just like if you run some coffee beans through the strainer once, your coffee going to be strong. But if you do it a second and a third time, it's already going to start to taste weak and diluted. Well, that's exactly what happens with the gangs. You might have one real gangster come into prison and start recruiting, and then a whole nother set will come out of those baby gangsters, etc., etc. To the point where after doing so much time in prison, you're recycling the same inmates that never really had the right upbringing in the first place. So, that's what you're facing when you deal with joining a prison gang. You may or may not be getting the right doctrine, the right training, and you're going to have to figure that out on your own. Whether or not you going home, that's another story. Now, if you're not going home, then, hey, I can't knock your hustle. Join the prison gang. You might as well. You're going to be there for a long time. You can't get a Snickers. So, people, when you join the prison gang, just know that somebody in that prison is making up the rules as they go. Day by day, year by year, they're figuring out different ways to test you and your loyalty, to make sure that you are the perfect fit, the perfect YN for their gang, the perfect crash out. When you a prison gang boss, you call the shots. You tell the homies when it's time to move. When you think it's time to go to war, that's just what it is. You put the call in and say, everybody strap up. Y'all know what it is. And everybody got to move. So, being a boss in prison, just like Spider-Man, With great power comes great responsibility. And you gotta accept that if you're gonna be the boss. And being the boss means taking no shorts. Means being ruthless. Being the bad guy every time. Oh, you can blame me. You can blame me. I don't care. You can blame me all day. Yeah, it was my fault. I'm the reason you not eating tonight. Yeah, you could blame me. Now, sometimes people, some of these bosses, these gang leaders, they let that authority and that power go to their head. They take it way, way too far. I've seen harsh punishments casted out on people for little to no reason. I've seen many crazy incidents happen just because somebody was on a power trip, people. Now that's just crazy. It ain't revenge. It ain't get back. It's a simple power trip because you felt like you needed to exert your power and show everybody what you can make somebody else do to somebody else. So that's normally called the Napoleon complex. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me. There's a lot of jokers out here in the world with this damn Napoleon complex. Get over it, man. Get over it. Now listen, y'all. This guy that we're going to talk about today, he is a straight up villain. He is. But everybody wouldn't find it out until a little later on. Now, you know how most villains do. They talk their shit. And this guy hadn't been no different. Only thing was, people took it with a grain of salt. I guess I'm saying nobody really believed that this guy was as gangster as he proclaimed to be. He started bringing pictures in, you know, having stuff sent into the prison and getting little perks from the COs. And he started to show slowly that this guy might just be who he says he is. Now, this name is one of the craziest names I've ever come across in my entire time doing bids in prison. And we're talking about over a 10, 12-year space. So, this guy I'm talking about right now, y'all. And I don't want y'all to laugh, but this guy thought that he was living a mafioso mob lifestyle. He was black, but he thought he was living like a mobster, like an Italian mobster. And you know what this guy named himself? Self-proclaimed. This guy named himself Philly the Cheesesteak. Y'all heard me. Philly the goddamn Cheesesteak. That's what he named himself. He was a little overweight, you know what I mean? And he had a lot of ways about him, but he had a lot of smooth ways about him. He carried himself like a don. So it was going to be hard proving him wrong because you're talking about somebody that never begged for nothing. I mean, from a soup down to a bar of soap. This man never begged for nothing. From day one, he was good. He ain't never begged for a three-way call, a hookup, nothing. He ain't gambled, none of that, y'all. All he did was play his position. Now, I know a lot of y'all thinking like, oh, wait a minute, y'all, wait a minute. Philly the cheesesteak. Yes, y'all. Obviously, this man was from Philadelphia. And why he decided to associate himself with a cheesesteak is beyond me. Maybe it was the overweight that he had. I don't know. But I thought it was insanely hilarious. But don't get it twisted, y'all. His name might be hilarious, but this man operated like a mobster. When he said something, not only did he do it, but he made sure everybody knew he did it. I'm talking about even if it came down to simple altercations in the pod, it wasn't going to be just a simple hidden fight in the back of the bathroom or, the back of the pod or nothing. He was going to make sure everybody knew it. He wanted people to bet on the fight even. Yo, put your money on me. You know what I mean? Give me a little, 2% of that. I'm going to beat his ass. He was out there doing the most. So, Philly the cheesesteak, let me tell you, this guy right here, he was a bully. And one day, he decided he was going to bully one of the new inmates that just came into prison. Hold up. If you haven't done so already, please do like, share, and subscribe. Hype this damn video, man. Somebody gots to want to hear this. I got a new channel, y'all. I'm starting it up from the ground up. So right now, there's no content on the channel. The channel is youtube.com/@animated prison stories. It's going to feature cartoon prison stories, animated AI prison stories, fire joints like you've never heard them in your life. Stay tuned for this and many more. Now, when you're in prison, you're going to look for any means of entertainment. And sometimes that entertainment comes in the form of other inmates. What do I mean by that? Sometimes, y'all, embarrassing other inmates or even worse, beating them up. Sometimes a lot of these things happen just for fun, people. Now, I know y'all probably can't fathom this kind of lifestyle. That one day you could wake up and just get the holy crap beat out of you at the expense of other inmates' fun. But yes, that is the reality in prison, people. And yeah, I know y'all, keep your eyes open, corner. Look, man, I told y'all before, I'm enjoying my freedom. You know how long I was locked up? I'm enjoying my freedom. The freedom to touch the skies and close my eyes. But I'm still on point with the story, though. Y'all can't say your boy Corner ain't on point with the story. Y'all don't hear me, though. Hit that like button, y'all. Now, Philly had a bad habit of intimidating new inmates and checking their temperature on the first day. It wasn't not normal for this guy, whether it be 5, 10, 15 new inmates hitting the pod. It wasn't not normal for this guy to hit each one of them in a certain type of way. It might be a bump. It might be an actual request. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. Because he was doing it all for his amusement. Just to see if anybody was going to jump. If anybody had heart. If anybody was possibly ready to get recruited into his gang. Now, a few times, this guy approached, new inmates, and they bucked back. And yeah, it didn't end up good for them, but at least after the beatdown, they still got their respect for bucking back. And sometimes that's all it take, people. All it take is a little heart. You gotta have the heart of a lion in prison. There ain't no half-stepping. You can't come in and say you half a man. Nah. Either you a man or you gonna get taken over. And y'all already should have a good idea by now what the word taken over means in prison. So, every single time Philly did one of his temperature checks, a lot of these jokers will respond, hey, pardon yourself, man. You bumped me, pardon yourself. Oh, all right, my bad. And Philly give them their respect if they earn it. But the jokers that just let him bump them hard and ain't say nothing, oh, that's who getting around too. He gonna double back. Now, lunchtime, he gonna come sit down right next to you when you get your lunch tray. He might put his hands in your tray and grab an item and start to eating it right there in your face and look at you. And if you don't do nothing, if you don't say nothing, let me tell you something, people. If you don't punch that man in his face right then and there, you just messed up. You just entered the algorithm. And what's the algorithm? The algorithm is you getting your ass beat on a daily, if not weekly basis. Because you a punk. And everybody know it. Ain't no hiding. If you a punk in prison, you can't hide. If you can't fight, then you better have some commissary. You better have some money on your books to pay some goons to protect you. And that's just what it is, people. And ain't nothing wrong with that. If you gonna support some goons, hey, listen, it is what it is. That's called being a boss. Bossing up. If you got the paper, if you was really getting it out there in them streets like you say you was, to pay some hired muscle. Everybody on the streets got hired muscle. What's the difference of having them in prison? Pay some hired muscle to take care of those battles for you. You don't want to mess up your good time. You don't want to mess up your going home date. But some goons, for a couple of packs of Black and Miles, some Newports, some soups, oh, they'll handle your dirty business for you. They'll make sure people like Philly the cheesesteak don't stand a chance when it come down to the get down. Because they ain't playing. They'll pull them pokers out over them soups. You talking about lifers that'll go the distance if you paying. Y'all don't hear me. Prison is a different animal. And ain't none of y'all in the comments been there to be able to speak on my experiences. So when y'all ask me questions like, have you been there? Yeah, I've been there. I've been there and I've seen things to let you know that you don't want to be there. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all really don't hear me. Because Philly the cheesesteak is about to get diabolical on an inmate for no damn reason. Now the inmate that Philly was torturing and bullying, he had no clue of the danger he was really in. He kept ordering commissary like usual. He didn't have any idea that when Philly said, whatever you get, I get half first. He didn't know that he meant for real. He didn't know he meant business. So he had owed a few jokers from the previous weeks that he had borrowed a few things from. So he paid them back first out of his bag. Now obviously, if you borrowing, you owe double and triple back. So most of his bag is gone already. He had enough stuff that he brought in to pay back his debt. So in all actuality, this new inmate, he might have been a stand-up guy. But let me tell you something. Philly ain't see it that way. Now, Philly, he had, let's say, goons in the pod. And they regularly had a torture set up. What's that? Well, we're going to get into it, y'all. But just know that these inmates all day long regularly kept a torture method ready to go at any given time. And in the prison, it was legal. Couldn't nobody say nothing about it. Nobody knew exactly what it was for and what it was used for. It was always there, just sitting, ready. Now, when he got to that cell, Philly asked the old boy, yo, where my commissary at? And he like, huh? What you talking about? What commissary? I don't owe you nothing, man. I paid everybody I owe. He said, oh, you ain't understand me when I told you half your bag goes to me first. Before any of these other niggas up in this pod, I gets mine. You ain't understand that, did you? He grabs him. He grabs him, starts choking him, beating him upside his head. Don't. I gotta beat it in your head for you to understand. Doom. Philly grabbed that dude, forced him down the tier, right onto that tortured cell. Excuse me, y'all. And guess what? Guess what they have ready? A boiling hot bowl with a hot pot. Now, a hot pot is a little metal instrument that you stick in the water and you plug it in the wall. And it heats up your water. And it gets scalding hot, y'all, the longer you let it sit. Now, in some prisons, they're illegal, and a lot, they're not. We had them where I was at. Now, Philly took this guy, and he forced his face into that scalding hot water. All you heard was screams. I can't see, oh, man, oh, why you do that, oh. He let him up for a little bit, then he put him back down. Dude's squealing. Supposedly, dude went to the hospital. He had 6-degree burns on his face. And that didn't stop nothing. Supposedly, Philly still told him, I still expect you to report for cell cleaning duty as soon as you back on the tier. You're like, whoa, come on, man, quit hitting on me. Quit hitting on me, man. Come on, man. I'm sorry. My bad. Now, he's mad as hell. Philly is mad as shit. He ain't getting his commissary, or at least is not as much as he wanted. He took everything that dude had left. Every single thing that he had. Down to the soups and soaps. Everything. Not a stamp left. And he told him next week, I come back and I don't have my commissary, it's going to be consequences and repercussions. You understand me? Is you understanding me? Smacked him again. Bow! You get me? Dude just sitting there like, alright, man, alright, come on, man, come on. Please don't do this to me, man. Come on, man. He hit him one more time. Bow, shut up. Don't you tell me what to do. Don't you ever tell me what to do. Ever raise your voice at me. You know who I am? You know who I am? I'm Philly the cheesesteak. And don't you ever forget it. You go back and you tell your boys I showed you grace today. And I want you to report back tomorrow for cell cleaning duty. You're going to clean every one of my homeboys' cells until I say you can stop. Comprende? And you're like, alright, man, alright. Just don't hit me no more. Alright, please. Well, y'all, that pretty much in a nutshell was the story of a madman. Philly the cheesesteak lived his life like a gangster, in the prison and out. Word is on the streets he was ruthless, and he ain't take no shorts from nobody. And he'd be damned if he come into the prison system and start changing things up. He a G, and that's just what it's gonna be. Anybody got a problem with it, gonna have to see him back in that big yard or the bathroom. But y'all ain't messing with him. Y'all not messing with Big Philly the cheesesteak. He will slide you quicker than a restaurant slides an order out the window. So don't even play yourself. When it comes to these prison dudes, when it comes to these prison legends, most of y'all can't even light a candle to half of what they've accomplished in prison. So y'all can make y'all jokes. Y'all can make fun of the people that's incarcerated. But one day, one of them might be walking among you. And you might find yourself in their mercy. And what you gonna say then? What you gonna say then? Nothing. You gonna gravel and beg for help. Alright, listen. That's gonna be it for this story. I really hope you liked it. I hope you got something out of it, people. YNs, stay away from the damn prison system. Don't waste your life. With that, I'ma get on up out of here. This is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. I am your boy, Jersey Street Corner, and I'm out.
It's JS Corner from the prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another victim or the butt of a joke. Don't close both eyes when you sleep or get choked. When you go to the mess hall, sit with your team, cause if you sit with some punk boy, you can get seen, then you can get dealt with. Prison justice like you never felt it. I be taking y'all back to stories of the helpless. That lava I spit, get your boys' stories melted. I spit about prison justice cause I dealt it. And you a real hater if you can't respect it. All that bullshit, yeah, I'm here to check that. Any confrontation, I'ma show up. Bet that. You a real hater, I'm here to address that. When it comes to storytelling, I'm the best at. You a real